Hey, you guys! It's your favorite little keto goofball Diamond, and today marks 6 years and 14 days of my ketogenic journey, where I have recently rebooted because I had to, because it looks like my health has issues again in certain ways. So I actually had the doctor email me today. Before we get into that, don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell, because now it's time to rant, rave, and misbehave Keto Diamond style. This is normally where I'd insert videos of me being really, really heavy and getting really, really small. Should I do that and cut the sound out? The only reason I have to cut the sound out is because YouTube has now copyrighted that song that I used for years and years and years. And pretty much any music is a shared copyright now. So let me see how this works out, and I'll just, that way people who are new here can see some changes that I've made, because they don't know. All right, let me just pop in the clips of me, and then me. Hope that worked out. Either it did or it didn't. I don't know. You let me know. Is it okay with no sound, or should I figure something else out? All right, so got an email from the doctor today. Said all my blood work looked fine, but I looked at that blood work, and while my magnesium and potassium are fine technically, the magnesium test really isn't that reliable. But regardless, A1C is great. Everything's great except for the markers I told you about the other day. Grand Absolute, I think that was what it was called, and lymph percentage. They did say that my white blood cell count could be high because of the ankle, and yeah, if you're new, if you haven't seen my videos over the last couple of days, cracked it with a stainless steel cup, much like this one, only bigger, and it flipped upside down and went right into my ankle bone. Literally. Oh, I still feel it. I can still hear it. It pinged. When it hit me, it went ping. Ah. It was only momentary death. It's fine. But, yeah. And, so anyway, the doctor said we'll recheck that in a couple weeks when you come back, because you're coming back. Y'all know how much I want to avoid them like the plague. Unfortunately, sometimes it's a necessary evil, and my ankle hurts still pretty bad. Now, I can't do what is suggested of me to do, which is to lay on my back with my leg up. I don't have it in me. I don't know if it's ADD or what, but I can't be still that long. Now, I did, because I don't work anymore again, go with my husband today to the flea market, but for the most part I did nothing. He sets up all the toys, and since I haven't been going with him, I've been going to work, he sets up everything, but if I'm with him, he can put the tote out there on the table, and I can just put the stuff out of the tote onto the table. Other than the toys, he likes to set them up himself. But anyway, that is a whole reseller video. Boy, was that a kerfluffle. I don't know why I want to say that word, since I can't say it, but I can hear it in my brain just fine. Really? Goodness. Jake's breathing at me really hard, which means he needs to go outside, but he can't right this minute, because they just let Buddy out, and he'll try to eat Buddy. Well, mostly Buddy tries to eat him, but Buddy's much smaller, and he don't know when to give up. Regardless, that's my daddy's dog. So, mostly today was comfortable, which is unusual for this summertime in the South. But the humidity was only 57%, so nowhere near as bad as it's been being. It did get up, I think it was 80 we were out there, so not too horrible. The packing up part did get really sweaty, but other than that, came home, magnesium, potassium. Ate a couple hard-boiled eggs with salt on them, which I forgot to record, by the way. So for tomorrow's notice, future notice, I ate a couple hard-boiled eggs with salt on them. But that was much later. So, well, a little. All right, so the first thing I ate, I'm going to tell you about this now, but it actually will affect tomorrow's weigh-in, and you'll be seeing it tomorrow. Because I need help with it. It doesn't make any sense to me. When I came home, I broke my fast with a salad. And it was at 1:30 p.m. Last time I ate was sometime 7, 8, 9 o'clock last night. I knew earlier. But anyway, I broke my fast with a salad. It's literally just chicken, cheese, ranch, and bacon bits, and lettuce. I think the Hidden Valley Ranch messes with me, but I can't be sure. My leg itches, sorry. I can't be sure if that's what it is. I used to use the other one all the time. It's a different name brand, but it is the name brand. What the heck's that one called? It's the only one I bought for a long Kraft. It's Kraft. I used to use that with like no extras, additives, and all that in it. But I think it was cheaper. I think the Hidden Valley was cheaper, which is the reason I bought it. But I really don't think you should do that. So I got to ask if any of you have issues with certain ranches and not others, especially when it comes to like a couple name brands. Yes, I know I can make ranch at home, but we're going to have to give up on that idea. I've been doing keto for 6 years, and I don't home make stuff, y'all. Just let that go. I'd like to be one of those people. I would like to be one of those crafty type who ideals pop in their head and they can make it happen. But like I get ideals that pop in my head, and when I try to make it happen, I make a mess. The only thing I make is a mess. It don't matter if it's knitting, sewing, crocheting, drawing, coloring, anything crafty or requires me to make something. I'm just not good at it, all right? I let that ship sail a long time ago. I've been on this planet for 44 years, and if it ain't happened yet, probably ain't gonna happen. But, I would like to be a crafty type. I could follow your directions perfectly, and you be trying to show me how to make ranch, and somehow I made mustard. Oh, I don't know how it happens, but it does. So, we just go stick to our strong suits, and that ain't it. But anyway, I felt bloated after I ate the salad today. I really, really did. Yesterday, was it yesterday? I can't remember. Either yesterday or the day before, I ate a small bag of cashews and bloated instantly. I'm like, okay. So like, because I hadn't been doing good for quite a long time, I wouldn't have even noticed that, because pretty much bloated all the time anyway. And that's one really horrible thing about cheating. You forget how bad you feel because you feel bad all the time. And then you get on board all the way, and when something affects you, you're like, oh, that sucks. Don't do that again. So, yeah, I think I'm going to have to go back to the craft, try that one again. And I don't think cashews are going to work out for me. At least not this go-round. If you're new to keto, when you first start, some of the things that you started out with that worked and your weight dropped really fast with will not work later on. I don't know how that happens, don't know why it happens, but it does. There are certain things that I could eat in the beginning, not just in the beginning, but as I was like, the whole part of my early journey, like the first year and a half, was fine, and then like later they didn't work. So not really sure what happens. Maybe companies do change the recipe a little bit. Maybe, like, let's say you buy a bottle of ranch, maybe that particular bottle has more of this, that, and the other than the other bottles normally do. I really don't know what happens, but there is some kind of thing there where it worked, it used to work all the time, and now it don't work so good no more. So I don't know, but there's that. And we're going to take a moment because I'm going to show you this. Look at it. Ain't it pretty? I like this. It's my new cup. I got it from Goodwill for $3, and I swear nobody had ever even used it. It didn't have the first dent, ding, scratch, gooey spot, nothing. It was just spotless, and I was like, why would you give that away? I mean, because clearly it's purdy, okay? That don't make no sense to me. I don't understand it, but I mean, you do find all kinds of stuff at Goodwill, but that's purdy. That being said, I did good the last 2 days. I really did. Other than some of the stuff did bloat me, it was all keto. It was all good keto. I shouldn't have done that with anything that I shouldn't have ate. You know what I mean? I did feel some noticeable differences, but not necessarily something I would have went, well, that's gonna kick me, you know? No, but so I was affected the last couple of days by different things. I have went down consistently, just not as much as I wanted to, or I thought I might, or I should have. Honestly. One of you mentioned, and I didn't get a chance to go through all the comments. We kind of busy, got up really early. It's getting later in the day, but I haven't had a chance to read all the comments. But one of you mentioned, maybe you're not baking ketosis yet, which is entirely possible. Day 1 of starting over to save my own life. It is Wednesday, August 9th, and I am weighing in at 190, and it's time to get this started. All right, breakfast meal, steak from last night, iced coffee, homemade with stevia. All right, so Corey treated me to a double Whopper with cheese, no bun. Well, I've taken the bun off. And little mister. Hi. Hi. All right, home. I know the steak looks a little dried out, but I cooked 4 pieces last night. Hubby didn't eat any of it, so I'm on the 3rd piece. It's dinner time. I did have some pork skins and jalapeno cheese while this was warming up, and I'm gonna eat it. And I've got some A1 here. Oh, and while we were in the car, I did have some crap. What are they called? Cashews. All right, guys. It is Thursday morning, August 10th. 189.4. That is 0.6 pounds down from yesterday. But down is down, and we'll damn sure take it. All right, you guys. Breakfast meal: sausage, egg, cheese, and I added a little bit of mayonnaise. Hot dogs in a bowl. We got some all beef weenies here. Cheese, chili, ketchup, and sugar-free ketchup, and some mayonnaise. Mustard. And hubby's got bread.
And mustard.
Oh, he's got mustard. I don't got mustard. All right, Friday morning, 189.2. Figured that was a good enough spot to throw in the weigh-ins, right? So, as you can see, down both days, just not what I was hoping for. Now, what I was saying was, one of you mentioned that maybe I'm just not all the way back in yet, and it's entirely possible, but generally I do fall in pretty fast. But that's the news. Definitely better. Not great, but better. And I'm working towards a more perfect me every day, like I always tell you. And all I can do is just keep making my next meal keto and pushing forward, because this is a reboot. Because I don't want to be sick again. I don't want to be at risk of death again. Not just death by food anyway, which is ridiculous. That is so toxic, at least to me. A lot of the standard American foods that you can go in any store and buy are just toxic, point blank and period. And it's ridiculous, and I can tell everybody that and scream it to the high heavens and everything else, and people are like, oh, it ain't that. But it is that. It really is. There's so many issues, you know, and I talk to my mom about it all the time. She's got like COPD. She has never been a smoker, just for anybody who's wondering. I say I'm smelling like exhaust, and it doesn't make any sense because there shouldn't be any exhaust in here. I don't know where this is coming from. There's nothing that could do that in our house, so maybe it's my nose, phantom scent. Had quite a few of those lately, but anyway, sorry, I got distracted. You know, I was talking to my mom about it, you know, the COPD thing, and I just heard Dr. Berry in a video the other day talk about COPD and changing your eating habits. And then she doesn't get it, but she's hard-headed, hard to get through to. I can tell her this stuff over and over until I'm blue in the face, and she gonna do what she gonna do. So, and she'll tell me, but I don't eat that much. Doesn't matter what you eat, but I'm losing weight. It don't matter that you're losing weight. It matters that your health is poor. And keto's not just about losing weight. And she's not doing keto. She's pretty much just not eating that much, you know. It's really hard to get through to some people. And I don't know how to get through to her because she don't hear me. She pretends to hear me. She acts like she hears me. She don't hear me. And that's the case with so many folks that you'd want to save and help, and you just can't always do it. So I was trying to... I talked about this just a little bit the other day. You know, I mentioned, you know, things don't happen to you. They happen for you, even though you don't really understand the reason behind them. So I was trying to figure out, okay, well, if I wasn't meant to do that, and I wasn't meant to do this, and this is a struggle, but I'm working towards it, what am I meant to do? And the only thing that popped in my head, and it popped in my head so fast, I don't even think it was my thoughts. It probably was, don't get me wrong. I'm not schizophrenic, don't worry. But the only thing I heard was you're meant to help people. I was like, yeah, that I think we're all meant to help people in one way or another. But I think maybe this is what I'm meant to do. I'm meant to be here helping you. Even if I'm struggling, I'm meant to be here to help others with this. Because it's important. And people ignore accident. Some people do not know, and some people do not comprehend. And some people know and have a hard time, like I'm struggling now, just how dangerous food can be and how bad it really is for our health. And when I started this journey, I heard and realized and came to understand fully that 90% of all modern diseases are caused by the foods we eat, like diabetes and cancer. And yes, these things have been around for a long, long time, but not on such a level. Back years and years ago, very few people got cancer and very few people got diabetes. It wasn't something that hit everybody. I mean, those were considered rich man diseases. Why? Because they had cooks and sweets available at all times. It's not that way anymore. Everybody has access to an apple pie. You just go up to the store and grab you one. You know, so I know I'm meant to help people with this. But I struggle with that because I have a hard time sometimes helping myself. I've got all the information, but sometimes it's hard to put it into motion, you know? So if you're struggling and if you need information, I'm here. I've got your information. Whether I always put it into practice or not, that's the struggle for me and for you. Because I know back when I first started and when I was rolling at it really, really good, the one question people would ask me that I could not help them with is, how do you stick to it and have willpower? I was like, you just do. You have to. You must. You must find that reason to do so. Because at the time I was good at it, so I was like, I don't understand why you can't do it. I'm doing it. But now I understand that a little bit more. So everything, again, it's not happening to you, it's happening for you. Because now I can understand that struggle where it's hard to stick to it all the time. Sometimes we're meant to struggle so that we understand other people's struggle. Maybe. That's what I'm figuring, and we're going to go with that, okay? I don't know everything. I just pretend to. I get on here and I just start talking. And sometimes stuff flies out of my mouth and my brain goes, we didn't mean to say that, but we're not redoing the video. And I try to explain it the best I can. But I've got your information. Your willpower, I don't know how to give you that because I don't know how to get that. We just have to find that motivation for ourselves that's within us. That I don't care if it's pissing off an ex-boyfriend if you want to get skinny. It's still good for you. I mean, if you got cancer and you want to get rid of it, this is how you do it. Because Sugar reactive cancers are curable by removing sugar, and they know that. They know that diabetes is curable by removing sugar. Not, I don't think curable is the right word, because once you're prone to it, you have a predisposition to it, and you can get it back. It's the same with if I start going back down the road I was on, and my markers start indicating, oh, this is going to be a problem again. I guess it's not cured, but in remission as long as I act like I got some sense. Does that make sense? So your diabetes will go away. Your sugar reactive cancers will go away, provided you continue on the proper path. And there's so many other diseases. Like I said, at least 90% of all modern diseases are food related, especially like sleep apnea, a lot of heart disease. And by the way, a lot of heart disease has to do with being deficient in zinc and magnesium rather, and a lot of other things like that. So if you can get tests done, the proper tests done. Here's the thing, I don't remember everything about this, but I do know that I heard one of the big keto doctors talk about how the magnesium test only measured certain things and didn't go in depth enough. So whereas it might look like your magnesium levels are fine, they might really not be. At least that's my understanding. Look into it for yourself, because it's been a long time since I heard it. All right, so I got to be up at like 3:30 in the morning, and that requires going to bed. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you need help with your ketogenic journey, my contact information is below. I don't know if KetoDiamond.com is still functioning, but if you need a full foods list of everything I know that you can eat on keto, send me an email. Again, it's down there. If you'd like to support the channel, the best way right now is to hop over on eBay and buy you something that you like that's on my eBay page. There's other ways down there too. It's all listed below. But that's kind of the best way right now, because that's eBay and flea markets is how I'm going to make my living for a little while, and YouTube's. So hopefully it works out. All right, you guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and ring that bell. If I didn't already say that, my bad. And I hope you're doing good. Please let me know below. Are you on a reboot? Or have you been doing good the whole time? Have you
What you did?
struggled finishing a video? Much love, many prayers.
Bye.